Might want to go on board with Lucas Racing here, who joined the lobby late, but luckily he was able to take control over his car. As Suzuki now on pole position with a 121.2. Still a big time between P1 and P2. Well, now Fudge puts himself in the in between both of them, but still a big gap in between P1 and P2 right there. 1.4 seconds to be exact. As Lucas is coming around Sector 3 as we speak. Not too many corners around Sector 3. You really need to watch out in that last curve. You want to go as wide as possible. Well, not necessarily, but in the exit, you want to go as wide as possible to have a good straight line speed coming down the straight right there. Lucas puts himself in P3 with a 122.3. Marcy is on a fast one, and apparently he has the fastest second sector as well. Oh, almost invalidated there, coming around turn 15. As we're heading into turn 16. Fast right-hander early on the throttle as soon as possible. Seems like a pretty decent exit there for Marcy. As he comes across the line to put himself in P6. A good result for Golden Racing League. And Wolf currently at the bottom of the grid. Not improving in his time, is he? He is improving in his time. 4/10 up on the 126.3 he's already set, but I can imagine that he needs to improve a little bit more in Sector 2 and Sector 3, because otherwise he will not be anywhere near the rest of the guys. Lost a bit of time there coming into that turn 7, a little bit too deep by Steel Wolf, as he probably doesn't have much time left in this session to put a better time on the board. Coming around Sector 3 as we speak, improves by 7/10. That won't be enough for a position gain, I'm afraid, as he takes that line a little bit too tight. As this is looking really sketchy here from Steel. Well, sketchy, not necessarily. It's just looking a little bit tight for Steel Wolf. As he comes around the last corner, down the straight he goes, and it'll probably be a 125. And it'll be indeed a 125.0, putting himself in P15 for now. And we're going to be ready for round 1 of Pool 3 here in King of Leagues. And we're going to go on board with Who Am I? Is he going to be in the tail of Pain? That doesn't look like it. Suzuki, who's going to make an overtake on his very own teammate already. As it seems like Who Am I has chosen to go onto the hard tires as well. Somebody crashed out. There's a lot of different... No, nobody crashed out. Look at that. But we got to look at the position changes as well. Jason dropped back to P11. Not sure what happened there with the Torque Titans Racing League drivers. The guys here at the back of the grid having a little slam with each other. Marcy now with a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting and gaining a place. As it seems like somebody has a broken front wing as well. RKA making an overtake on Small Girl now. Small Girl with 4 positions gained already. So you might want to go back on board with the guys here in the top 5. Lucas, who's having a battle. Down the inside he goes, heading into that fast left-hander. And he's made up a position there. Good job by Lucas already, who's made up 3 positions so far. Geldy with 4 positions gained already here as well, into the first lap of King of Leagues. Qatar is what I was meant to say, not King of Leagues, obviously. Suzuki really on the tail of Pain that's here. As we're heading into that last sector around Qatar. Suzuki, who's known to have a lot of pace, a lot of consistency. We saw him race last season as well, but Painted has got the pace as well. The guys won't be able to use the DRS yet. That will be for next lap, as we might want to take a look at the tires as well here. Who Am I is choosing to go onto the hard tires. Marcy and RKA both on the soft tires. At the back of the grid, we're looking at somebody coming into the pits. That Small Girl, who's probably going to replace his front wing. Onion, please, with an overtake on Lucas as well, heading into turn 1. As there's 2 guys having a battle with each other, Steel Wolf and your Robbie. Steel Wolf, who made an overtake on the SRC driver. As the both of them will now have a battle with each other for P13. Guys, make sure you know everyone who finishes the race is going to score points. So it doesn't matter whether you're P15, whether you're P3, whether you're P6. It doesn't matter at all. Somebody is going a little deeper there. RTA making an overtake on Geldy as they're trying to have their go at the Golden Racing League boys. Robbie and Steel Wolf having another battle with each other there at the back of the grid. As they're still going side by side. Some beautiful racing between the both of them, but Robbie makes up an overtake heading into Sector 3. cut the corner there. We need to watch out with the penalties as well, as Marcy got that 10-second time penalty. If you serve a penalty in the pit lane, you won't be able to get it removed. But obviously, these guys will need to serve their penalties, as he gets another 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, and that's quite early in this pool 3. Who Am I is trying to hold up tight as Geldy makes up an overtake. It's both Geldy and RKA ahead of Marcy, as there's not much Marcy could have done. Didn't have the DRS, and both the SRC drivers now making up a position. Overtakes here Lucas. Oh, and a late move from Lucas as he goes back onto the racing line, trying to defend here. Serve Ravenox down the inside of Marcy. Can he make up that overtake? Seems like he can, as Serve Ravenox now up into P8. Marcy has got a penalty anyway. So I think this was a really good overtake from Serve Ravenox. He definitely needed it in order to get back to Geldy and RKA. Marcy losing positions rapidly, as Jason only lost 6 so far. This will probably be an overtake if Lucas gets a good exit out of the last corner, and he does indeed. DRS wide open, ERS wide open. Into the slipstream he goes, and the DRS is just too powerful here around Qatar. We've got another overtake at the lead of the race as well, with Suzuki back into P1. 13 more laps to go after this one, so still plenty of racing to go. Oh, Jason, a small wing damage is something been told in the chat. So thank you for letting me know. If somebody is in the call with Fudge, please let him know that Jason has a little bit of front wing damage. As Paint that's now making an overtake again, heading into turn 1. And I think these three will be battling with each other for the rest of the race. Geldy. Geldy is catching up again in that fast right-hander. He will be able to use the DRS, and he needs to make that overtake on Steel Wolf ASAP. Is he going around the outside already? No, he needs to stay behind. This is not working. No, this is not working. Look at that. Steel Wolf, who forced Geldy a little bit deeper, but he will be able to make up an overtake already. DRS, ERS wide open, and Steel Wolf is just going to let him go through. Geldy has got the pace in Sector 1, so I don't think he needs to worry about that little push too much. Onions, please, is having a battle with Lucas and RKA as well. That little undercut from RKA really paid off, but then at the end of the race, he's going to be struggling as well, because Onion, please, and Lucas have both got fresher tires on their car. Onion Please does have a 3-second time penalty, so maybe RKA can benefit from that little penalty. But let's hope nothing is going to happen here between these three, because I wouldn't want anyone to crash anybody out, which is quite logic. I don't want a safety car either. It's like we can't afford to have a safety car either, because there's not much time left in this session. Before I have to switch over to the other session. Small girl coming into the pit lane. That's going to be his second pit stop, if I'm not mistaken. He came into the pits earlier on to change his front wing, if I'm not mistaken, as apparently Onion Please is out of ERS. RKA will be able to defend his position in Sector 3, but then coming down a straight, he will not have the DRS, so he'll see two drivers drive past. And Who Am I has got a big gap to Pain that he gained a lot of time heading into Sector 2 and Sector 3. I'm afraid that Pain that tires are a little bit worse than Who Am I's. And now coming down straight, DRS wide open for Lucas and Onion Please. And RKA has got a lot of straight line speed. Look at that, defending the inside line as well. I think Onion Please can benefit from the DRS, but Lucas has to stick behind. Some really respectful racing between the guys. We don't necessarily see anybody crash anybody else out. And this is the amount of, well, the type of racing we admire here in King of Leagues. Leagues who know how to race against other leagues. You know that you're not used to race against each other, but you still take other people's actions into consideration. And you know, there's always things you can't expect to be happening on track. As RKA now gets a 3-second time penalty, that's really gonna do him dirty, because now he can't hold up. Well, can't keep up with Onion Please, and he needed to stick within that 3 seconds, but I'm afraid that his tires are going to wear out at the end of the race, and he won't be able to actually gain that position anymore. Oh, oh, it's Callum and Ricky having a little word with each other. They've been beefing with each other for quite some time in the general chat and in like the pool 3 chat. It's quite funny that they had a little beef with, well, not necessarily beef. It's like a little, scramble with each other. I quite find it funny. And now they found each other again in the Twitch chat. Not much has been said yet, so that's good, I guess. RTA dropped a lot of time. Lucas going around the outside. A late move by the Golden Racing League drivers, but he makes up that overtake anyway, as Fudge is already getting past Marcy with a 3-second time penalty as well. There's a lot of penalties here tonight. Let me just double check here. So a 3-second time penalty for Onion, please. So Lucas will be able to get that position anyway. A 3-second time penalty for RKA as another... Oh, and a 3-second time penalty for Bayonets. Oh, and a 3-second time penalty for Geldy as well. If Selps pushes a little bit more, he might be able to get back into that 3-second of Geldy. As we're now heading into the penultimate lap, Suzuki is going to make up a position. Is he going to go down the inside? Seems like he is. Oh, no. Oh, that was really close there for Lucas. As we're heading into the last sector for these two. Who Am I is going to come across the line to take the first race win of Pool 3 here in Season 7. Lucas is going to have a battle with the SRC driver, but not much he can do anymore. He still had a good result. He's still taking a good result with a P5 here for Golden Racing League, as the guys here at the back of the grid are still having to come across the line. It's going to be Small Girl, Steel Wolf, Marcy, Yor, Robbie, Selps, and Geldy. Geldy now coming across the line as we speak. And Selps wasn't able to get back into that 3 seconds of Geldy. So it will be a P11 for Selps. Yor, Robbie in P12 for SRC. Then we've got Marcy in P13. Had a 10-second time penalty, so he dropped back to P13. Maybe if he didn't have that 10-second time penalty, he would have still been able to have a battle with Yor, Robbie. Steel Wolf and a Small Girl are going to have a battle for P14, but I think Small Girl is going to take P14 anyway because of that 3-second time penalty for Steel Wolf, as they're coming around the last corner as we speak. And that will be a race over here in Pool 3 in King of Leagues.